Well, that wasn't cool at all. That was the opposite of cool, because we're through being cool. Right, everybody? That was Through Being Cool by Devo, released on their 1981 album New Traditionalists. Devo's a pretty interesting band. There's not a whole lot that sounds like Devo. There's not a whole lot that could sound like Devo. Devo's just Devo. Most people know him because of Whip It, but they actually have a lot of really great stuff out there. You just gotta look for it, or actually listen to Devo. We're listening to that today because we have a Men at Work song from 1981 up in competition today. Hi, my name is Bean, and you're watching Battle of the Band. We're on day 17 in the Men at Work tournament, and that is match 12 in round 2. If you're new here and you're wondering what a Men at Work tournament is, let me explain. We took every single song that Men at Work released and we threw them into a single elimination style tournament. Now those songs are doing battle and head-to-head competition until one remains in the end, and that's the very best song that Men at Work have released. Both of our songs today got buys through the last round, and that's because there were too many songs for a 32-song tournament, so we had to have a little 10-song showdown at the beginning just to see who could make it into the final 32. One of these songs probably would have gotten by into the second round on its own merits, but then again, I did cut Down Under, and the first chance I got. It went up against something really great, though. The first song we're going to be listening to today is Who Can It Be Now, released in 1981 on Business as Usual. You've probably heard Who Can It Be Now before. Everybody has. You hear it on the radio in the store all the time. He wrote it in 1979 in a treehouse. His girlfriend commented at the time that the song would be his first hit, and she was right. According to Genius.com, the inspiration behind the song came from Colin Hayes' former apartment in a building with a lot of drug dealers, which is probably the apartment building that he was talking about in Upstairs in My House in the 1983 album Cargo, song that just won yesterday. He was said to say, there were some people living next door who were moving a bit of product. Mistakes were made, and people would knock on our door looking for some kind of stimulant, and we wouldn't have it. We were always hearing people banging on the other people's doors. We had these little spy holes, and I was always creeping toward the door when someone was knocking to see who it was. I was never sure to open the door. So Who Can It Be Now is literally somebody looking out of the spy hole in their door, wondering who can it be now. That's cool. Also, Genius.com says originally the saxophone lick was only played in the middle of the song, but the producer suggested adding a sax part throughout, making it a core part of what became the song's very identifiable hook. And I agree, the saxophone hook on that is awesome. I like it better than the flute on Down Under. How about you? Let me know in the comments. Its competition today is a little lesser known. That is The Longest Night. The Longest Night was originally released on a Greatest Hits compilation as a live track. They didn't record a studio track until they reunited and they went on tour with some new members, essentially, so it wasn't the original band. But they did a studio version of this song during that little time period that they were back together. They are still together now, but I want to say this was a little bit after they got back together. So we're going to listen to the studio version because typically I want to listen to studio versions of tracks to see which ones are the better. If there's a live version only, we'll listen to the live version, but I'm more interested in the studio work, and it'll be interesting to see how a song from 1998 from Men at Work does against a classic such as Who Can It Be Now. It seems like a pretty lopsided affair. Let's go ahead and get into it. Here's Who Can It Be Now?
of the future that I can see. It's just my fantasy.
That was pretty awesome, of course. I love the saxophone and Who Can It Be Now? Really subtle, cool guitar sounds in there, and I love the vocals. Um, it's a classic from the 80s for a reason. It's just that good. Let's check out The Longest Night.
Wind is in the east. They stare at us with eyes of wonder, like beggars at a feast. And we can't even count their number. What you gonna do? Send them table scraps and leavings. The ones who care are few. Spend their time in endless meetings. And dear Father, do you think it'll be alright? Tell me, Mother, will we make it through? Or make it through the hungry night? It's summer in the west, gold teeth and suntans gleaming. We know we are the best, even though the beast lies screaming. We've got power to spare. A nuclear day is dawning, they say, and tell us, don't you dare. The piper has a price that we pay. And dear preacher, do you think that we will see the light? Tell me, teacher, will we make it through the darkest night? Two faces in the south. The first one has a look of a glibbies, with fine words in his mouth, and heart as black as ghetto's chimneys. What you gonna do to hide the shame, contain their anger? What you gonna say? You walk the line of constant danger. And dear brother, do you think we'll have to stand and fight? Tell me, sister, will we make it through the longest night? Yeah.
Okay, that was pretty good. It definitely wasn't as bad as say like Eurythmics from the '90s, but that was probably because it was one of their older songs. Definitely they had some of that soccer mom rock going on there. I liked it okay though, but I am gonna go with "Who Can It Be Now." Way better song all around. "Who Can It Be Now" is just something a bit more intriguing. It's got very minimal like guitar work on it, which makes you really have to listen to the guitar in there. And then the saxophone bit is great. The producer made a great decision putting that on there, making them be like putting more saxophone on shit and stuff. Like this video if you like the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share with anyone you know who might be into this kind of content, and let me know down in the comments which of these two songs you would have chosen if it were you on the hot seat today. That's all the Men at Work tournament action we've got going for the day, but please join me in just a little bit when we start off our semi-final round of the Beach House tournament. Until then, I hope you all have a great night, fantastic afternoon, and a wonderful morning. Thanks for watching. Bye.